Welcome in for another tutorial video. I am the Bearded Viking. We are playing Once Human. We are in phase 5, getting ready to wind down, go into our Way of Winter season. So I figured what better way of doing tutorial videos to kind of give you guys a heads up, some ins and outs and some tips and tricks and stuff to maximize the best possible solution and best possible jobs that you can do, whether you choose to do acid farm or your grow room or you're doing a water purification. So in this video, we're gonna go over how to create a grow room, how to set up an irrigation system, how to set up our grow lights, and then also how to look at the area of which our irrigation and our grow lights are able to hit, some of the best settings to put on said items, and where you're going to find those items in your mimetic screens to so when you do get to that point, you will be sufficient. So let's go ahead and get started. So you figure out that you're wanting to do a grow. You made the decision that you and your hive, or that you are in an area where you would feel the most comfortable building a room to grow the seeds that you have collected through your endeavors. You've got all these seeds, but you don't know what to do with them. You've also got a lot of fertilizer, and I'll show you a way to do the fertilizer too, but you got a lot of spoiled food. Food is one of those things that ruin very quickly, especially because it doesn't have a long shelf life, and it's things that you pick up in the wilderness and things that you pick up through your gameplay that just sit in your bag and you don't eat them, or you might eat them, but you kind of forget about them after a while. So this video, we're going to show you some ways of being able to kind of use everything at your leisure. So first and foremost, you decide that you want to do grow. You decide that you want to get into growing food and things like that, but you don't know where to go and you don't know where to look for the key things that you need in order to move forward. Well, you're going to go here to the mimetic screen. You can hit the escape button on your keyboard if you're playing with keyboard and mouse. You're going to go to backpack. You're going to go to mimetic cradle. You're going to hit mimetics. And you are going to come over to logistics. Now, logistics, there's two sides of this. You have your power, you've went down your solar power, you have your generators and things like that. You're going to go down each side. So you're going to start off by putting points into planning. You're going to want to get a composite bin, because your composite bin, you're going to be able to take spoiled food and turn into fertilizer. My recommendation is that you would get planter boxes. You can get fertilizer 1. You're going to want to pick up grow lights, fertilizer 2, and fertilizer 3. So the great thing about fertilizer 3 is it gives you a mutation boost. Fertilizers that will rewrite the plant's geome, increasing the chance that it will become deviated. Deviated seeds and deviated plants and items will be used to craft like food in the game that will give you buffs and things like that. Fertilizer 2 is going to give you a breeding boost, will increase the seed yield that when you plant and it's fully mature. So when your seeds are mature, which means they've hit 100%, when you go to harvest those seeds, your breeding boost is going to increase the amount of seeds that you get back from that. And those are going to be a really good thing. You're going to need fertilizer and scarlet calamus. Your grow lights are going to be when turned on. It can stimulate the natural sunlight, spectrum, and strength, giving plants the boost they need for photosynthesis and healthy growth. And then your fertilizer 1 is also going to give you a yield boost as well as a growth boost. Now, you might ask, well, yield boost, it's going to yield the crop nutrition, increase the yield when you plant this early mature. So this is going to be how many items that you get from the seed, like and you're going to use mushrooms that you can pick up along the way. Mushrooms and fertilizer will go in. You'll do your yield boost, and it'll be how many items that you get of that specific thing. And then your growth boost is also going to do it as well. So it's actually going to, you can use this instead of fertilizer when you're planting your items in your grow boxes that will boost the rate at which it grows. So you're gonna grab your planter boxes all the way down to fertilizer 3. And then you're also going to come down on the other hand side, and you're going to get your you're going to get water storage, rainwater, water filter, water pump, and then irrigation system. Okay. So now that you have those collected, you have decided that you are going to grow. Now your job is to figure out what area do you want to grow in. So you got to figure out what part of your house that you want to grow in, and decorate it nice. You can make the sides look glassy. My recommendation is that you do not have a low level roof. And the reason that I say that is because these grow lights that you're going to put inside of your house, inside of your room, you are going to get more exposure over a bigger area if you decide to take it up. Like, we're going to go ahead and our size of our room, structure, light mode, and change the look of the on, but for the sake of video, what you're going to put your ceiling tiles in, put your routine, but you're going to want a big room. Depending on how big that you want to go will also depend on how much spoiled food, water that in order to do it. Now, you've got your room. Let's put down your grow boxes. So you're going to open up your backpack, going to go to, you're going to actually hit B, and you're going to go into build mode. You're going to hit your right click on your mouse button. You're going to go to facilities. You're going to go to production processing. You're going to scroll all the way down to planter boxes. And you can hit your asterisk button on your keyboard that allows you to go into build mode. But you're going to find out kind of like very good way of doing it. Space it out. You can out. I like to be a little anal about it. I like everything up ways so that my some of these, let's go ahead and get some light in here. Lighting. Lights down. So line them up side by side. Start in one corner. Are able to back them. Our room is one amount of. So we're just shy of one. We have 11. So we could literally go 11 wide, 11 long. Could really get long. So we'll go 11 long by 9 wide. You guys can do that. Now, guys, go ahead and you do that. You have all your planter boxes down. Wanting to put don't want to rush it. That works. That'll you can come back in. I always I can cover typically entire area with one irrigation. Also want to maximize entire grow room. This many. Now you have your 4 spots. Irrigation. Now I like what I like to do. So I'm going to come in here to furniture. I'm going to go to lifestyles. I like these circle tables. I think, well, circle. What you're going to do after you have all of those, then we're going back into facilities, back into And you're going to be able to tell, right? So if I'm hovering over, this is covering everything in one corner. Hovering over. What this does not cover, this one is going to cover. What that one doesn't cover, that's going to cover. That one's going to cover, this one's not. Always want to make sure that whatever that you're covering, that you have water that's going everywhere. Now, you have your irrigation system set up, right? Okay. Now that you have those 4 set up, now what you're going to do, you're going to come back in here and you're going to set your grow lights. And rule of thumb, grow lights, want to set them, if you do one on one side, you want to do the opposite on the other side. So I like to center them in. I like to put them in the direct center of the boxes, just because I like to have symmetry. So I have that one there. I have that one there. I have this one. This one. That one. Now, I have this pylon down here. Now, this wire. This wire. That one. That wire. This one. Now, those 4 lights light up this entire area. That's all you need. You don't need no more. Certain seeds are going to have certain levels of sunlight. Now, a lot of times before they fixed it, you would actually have to like bring it down by you, but all you have to do is go up underneath it, hover your mouse across it, and hit target lighting. So target lighting, typically 80 is going to be a perfect point for you. You're going to do that light. You're going to make all of your grow lights 80. You're going to want to do on every single one of them 80. You're going to come back in 80. Now, to be able to tell if your box or your boxes are getting enough light, right? You can go to a planter box and you can hit farm. Any planter box, you hit F, it's going to tell you how much artificial light that box has. So we know that this one has 80. We're going to come over here. That has 80. We're going to come back here in the back corner. That has 80. We're going to come over here into the dark areas. This has no light. So what we're going to want to do now, since that we have this one, let's move right here. This one back here. Same line as that. We're going to throw up another light. Also going to come back. Now, this one. This 80. One that we just entered or put up, we're going to knock that up to 80. This one that we just put up, we're going to come underneath it. We're going to make sure that that is 80. You can look at this entire room from those lights that we added. One's in the center, they have 80. They have 80. On this wall, they're going to be 80. We've hit every single corner in our grow room. 7 lights. Okay. Now 7 might be a little, it might be pushing it a little bit, but that's fine. It's always safe to have more than not enough. And now that you have those, you also have your water pumps. So we're going to we're going to have these. We are going to tie these together. I'm going to power all these up. Now that that is, take those and we're going to put those to our pylon. Now, you have water, you have lights, you have your out here, but you need water. So, box, relocate, asterisk button, go on your second floor. Okay. Now, once you're at that, you hit V and you connect your pipe. Wall. Again. Connect pipes. Got one more. Now, irrigation room is all you have to do. Figure out what seeds that you want to do. So now that you got your irrigation room done, right? Say that we don't want our water going all the time. We're going to hit that power button, have our pylon right here. So you're going to come back over to function, facility, water, power. You're going to go to your circuit modulators and you're going to put a switch. Doesn't have to be a fancy switch. You're going to take that switch. You're going to run that switch. Power from that pylon. Now you're going to hit E, go back into building, hit L. You're going to hide your lines so that everything looks. So now when you want your boxes to be watered, go up to your button, hit F, turn your buttons on, and boom, they're working. But that's not everything. So we have to figure out the seeds that you're going to be putting in your box, right? So typically with lighting, normally with any of the seeds and the things that that you're picking up along the way, seeds, doesn't matter whether orange or wheat or whether they're hawthorn or cabbage, or it doesn't matter. You're going to find seeds everywhere in Once Human. You're going to hover over and you're going to find out what irrigation setting these seeds need in order for this seed to grow. Now, for the orange seeds, irrigation is set between 50 to 90. You have 28 seeds. Lighting is between 50 and 100. Well, we've already got 80 on your lights in here, right? Your lights are already 80%. So now we have to go to our irrigation facility. And just like hovering over and hovering under our lights where it says target lighting is 80, when you hover over this, it says target irrigation is 10. You're going to hit F a couple times. You're going to throw it, put it on 80. Same thing you're going to do to this one. And come over here to your third one. You're going to throw this on 80. You're going to go through this on 80. Now, all of your irrigation system is set to 80, your lights are set to 80, and you can choose to change it as you see fit, depending on the seeds that you are putting inside of your grow boxes. Now that you have your seeds, you have your grow room, you have your lights, you have your irrigation, now you need to look at deviations that are going to help make your grow room better. Okay. So you can do a couple different things. You have bees, and you also have grow shrooms. Grow shrooms will drop randomly by picking them up, picking mushrooms up in the wild. You can do a Vincent game that'll give you your grow shrooms. Some of them will be small, some of them will be large. There are variation grow shrooms that you can end up finding that you can farm. There's a blue one, there's a red one, there's a yellow one, I do believe. There's a bunch of different deviations, but you have bees. And what the bees do is it works in your territory to increase the chance of your crop to mutate, which is going to give you food that you can use. And your grow shroom works inside your territory and can proactively plant and harvest, right? So what this means is I want to set it and forget it. I've got my isolation chambers, right? I want to put my grow shrooms here. And then I also say that I want to put a bee. So my bee and my grow shroom, now that they're in the box, I can set these guys to where they come out max. They're already full. I can set him. Now the cool thing about this one and what I can do with this is beforehand, the grow shroom only had the ability to plant and harvest, right? You could give him seeds to plant. He would plant them. He would harvest them. He's actually given the ability with all the updates in the game is that you can actually make a crap ton of fertilizer, right? You can add fertilizer in here. And what the fertilizer does is it boosts whatever that you're trying to do, whether your yield boost or what. You can actually add both. So, so you've got your deviations that are going to help you in your grow room. Got your boxes. Got your irrigation system. You've got your lights. Now, some of the things that I'm doing in the game are because I feel that it's easier. You don't have to put your irrigation systems on tables. I do it because I feel that it gets a wider area, but I also do it because I think it looks good. Okay. You can do whatever you want to do with it. It is completely up to you, your game, your rules, your decisions. This is just something that I like to do because I like to see the irrigation. And if you play the game long enough, you actually can go into build mode. You can go into outdoor facilities and prints. Go to facilities, and you get nice little screens. Get skins for your thing. So you can change the way they look. They look a little bit better in my opinion. But that's me. So we'll go ahead and change this up. Set. All of them are set. So, but yeah. So there is your grow room in a nutshell. There are your planter boxes. There's your tables. There's your irrigation system. There's your glow lights. You got everything hooked up to a pylon. You got your irrigation set up to where it's on a light switch. So when you want to run it, hit the button, they come on. Don't want it to run, turn it off, they turn off. Grow lights will stay on because your grow lights don't use as much power as anything else inside the game. And always remember, if you don't have the power to run it, look and see how much power that you have. I'm a little, it's different out here and in deviation zones. But you can go just about anywhere inside the game and find deviated plants and little glowing plants and things like that. So if you guys have any ideas for future videos, tutorials, things like that that you would like to see me do, kind of go over and explain, hit that follow button, leave a comment in the video. Tell me if it's good, tell me if it helps out, tell me if you think that I should do something else or something different. But every follow and every subscription to the channel definitely helps out because it grows our channel and gives us the ability to do more. So until our next tutorial video, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and we'll catch you on the next video.